Okay, fellas, I'm back. I'm back. Okay, and I got a question for all you guys out there for critical analysis when we're comparing players across eras. Okay, just to give you an idea of what Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell had to face during their time. Just to put it into today's terms, just ask yourself this question. Okay, if the NBA had only 10 teams today, who would be on those teams? Can you imagine what the NBA would be like if it was only 10 teams? Could you imagine how stacked those teams would be? And they would have to face it off against each other 10, 12, 13 times a year? Could you imagine that? Okay, this is 10 teams. This is how condensed the NBA was when Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell played. Okay, here we are on this list here of the NBA's top 100 players. Okay, you have Pau Gasol, Derrick Rose, Durant, Darren Williams, Chris Paul, Kobe Bryant, Dirk Nowitzki, Dwayne Wade, Dwight Howard, LeBron James. These top 10 players will have to face off against each other 10 times a year as opposed to just 2 to 4 times a year. Could you imagine that? And here you go. You got Carmelo Anthony, number 20 player. He will have a hard time actually finding playing time. Okay, guys like Garnett, Paul Pierce, guys like LaMarcus Aldridge be battling for playoff spots. Man, these right here are the top 100 players here in the NBA today. Okay, as rated by the Point Forward at SI.com. Guys like Marcus Gasol will be finding a hard time getting playing time. He probably be the second man off the bench. Tyson Chandler probably have to come off the bench. He's the starter in today's game. Okay, there you go. David West, he probably wouldn't even start if the league was condensed to just 10 teams. Joe Johnson will have to battle for playing time. You got Lamar Odom. He will have to battle for playing time. Okay, Josh Smith, Elton Brand, he'd be lucky he didn't be on the team. When you get down to like players the 41 to 50, these guys right here will probably be coming off the bench. You got Ray Allen coming off the bench. Brooke Lopez coming. Lou Aldane probably be coming off the bench. See, Paul Millsap, Carlos Boozer, all these guys probably went. Monte Ellis, he probably be the 12th man down on the bench. Okay, if the league was condensed to just 10 teams. Devin Harris probably would be lucky to be the 6th man on the team. He starts. Okay, you got David Lee. Okay, he probably be lucky to get some playing time. Kyle Lowry, Jet Terry. A lot of these guys be trying to fight for playoff spot. James Harden. Okay, they be trying to fight for a spot just to get on the team. Okay, as you can see right here. Okay, did Wilt Chamberlain and Russell have real competition? Okay, two of the NBA's greatest players, Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain, are often criticized for playing in a weak era. This is far from the truth, as the 1960s were a very good time for basketball. A much smaller league meant more competition for fewer spots. The fact that only the 121 best basketball players in the world could play in the NBA condensed the talent pool to 9 teams. In the modern era, over half of the teams don't even have one all-star player. Nevertheless, Hall of Famers. Examining the teams in the mid-1960s, all of them had Hall of Fame talent. Boston Celtics had Bill Russell, John Havlicek, Sam Jones, Tommy Heinsohn. Cincinnati Royals had Oscar Robertson and Jerry Lucas. The Sixers had Hal Greer. New York Knicks had Willis Reed. San Francisco Warriors had Wilt Chamberlain, Nate Thurman. St. Louis Hawks had Bob Pettit. LA Lakers had Jerry West, Elgin Baylor. Detroit Pistons, Dave Bean, Dave DeVusher. Baltimore, Walt Bellamy. Walt Jingle Bells Bellamy. He was a 20,000 point scorer, 6'11". Okay, another misconception is that Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain played against only 6'6" white centers. That is completely false. Here are the NBA players from 1960 to 1970, 6'11" or taller, who played at least 3 years in the NBA. Okay, you got KAREEM ABDUL-Jabbar, Dennis Autry, 6'11", Walt Bellamy was 6'11", Tom Borwinkle was 7 foot, Nate Bowman was 6'11", all the way down to Walt Wesley, Nate Thurman. Okay, Elmore Smith was 7 foot, Rich Neiman was 7 foot, Dave Newmark was 7 foot. Reggie Harding was Sweet Hallbrook was 7'3", Artis Gilmore was 7'2". Chamberlain matched up with more than 10 7-footers throughout his career. So all that garbage that people are trying to put out on Wilt Chamberlain playing in a weak era is a bunch of garbage. And plus, he had to face off on these guys not just twice a year, but about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10 to 13 times a year. He had to go through these Hall of Famers night after night. So Wilt Chamberlain's a beast.